Welcome to the Date with Confidence podcast, a place to come for dating advice, support, and stories that'll either fill you with hope or relief that your dating experience wasn't as bad as it could have been. With practical episodes that'll provide you with easy to implement tips to help you feel confident AF on your next date, alongside lighthearted catch-ups where your host Rebecca, that's me by the way, shares her own experience dating after 4 years of the single life. You are guaranteed to end each episode feeling less alone in your dating struggles, empowered to never settle again, and confident that the best is yet to come. And if it all falls to shit, there's a special first season dedicated to breakups. You are welcome, my friend. Subscribe, review, and share with your single friends. Okay, so the other week I saw someone say that they had asked ChatGPT to write their future story. And I did the same because I was like, this is interesting. I've used ChatGPT quite a lot recently. I started off using it to write the podcast descriptions from my transcripts. I've used it to write SEO descriptions for blog posts, Pinterest pin descriptions, anything that can just make things quicker for me. I don't use it to write my content or anything, obviously, because I have enough ideas of my own without needing ChatGPT for that. But I've also been looking at ways that I can use it in different areas. So I used ChatGPT to help me create a skincare routine when I was struggling to decide what products to buy, which I'm going to do a whole YouTube video about. And I'm also going to share the whole YouTube video about how I used it to write my future story. So if you're not following me on YouTube yet, go and subscribe to the Your Confident 30s channel now. I'll leave it in the description of this episode. But I've been, looking at ways that I can use it to have a play around, really. I find it really interesting. I find it fascinating. And I wanted to see, another way I used it actually was to create a list of shots for when I was recording some YouTube videos recently. I booked Hideout Studio, booked a day to record videos, and I wanted to work out what to wear. So I also used it to help me come up with outfit ideas to fit the different YouTube videos, which I didn't end up using anyway, but really interesting. So I asked it to create my future story for me, and it came up with this beautiful story that I'm oh my God, obsessed with, using it as my future vision because I like to have guided visualization. So now I've got the vision written, I'm going to turn it into an audio guided visualization that I can listen to every day. But there was something missing. I wanted to combine a relationship aspect into my future story. So the prompt that I shared once I'd got the initial story was, this is beautiful, thank you so much. One last tweak I'd like to make. Can you intertwine a fairy tale, healthy, nobody wants this style relationship with a tall, handsome, intelligent and caring man, please? Please be specific about the type of man I'll be with based on this wish list. And then I listed out all my standards. Now, doing this exercise, I haven't visited my standards for a couple of months because I've not really been actively dating at the moment. So I started writing my standards, and then I got more in depth with them as I went through. So this is the wish list that I gave ChatGPT. Drives a car, 6'2" or taller, steady career, possibly an entrepreneur, compatible star sign with me, I'm a Sagittarius, emotionally available and mature, playful, fun, and always kind to everyone, open-minded, spiritual, and loves a deep conversation, affectionate, loving, talks openly about his feelings, compatible with my top 2 love languages, which are physical touch and quality time, romantic, he likes to plan dates, reassures me when I'm anxious, listens to my ideas intently and supports me with my dreams, physical chemistry is better than I've ever experienced. Physical chemistry is so important to me. He's proud of me and will happily talk about me / post photos of me on his social media. He's ambitious and desires to make a difference in the world, owns his own home and car, lets me be the passenger, always doing thoughtful things for me, shows me what it truly means to love someone deeply. So I got really clear on my standards, and even just writing this list, like I have said so many times, it's so important for you to be clear on your standards. I've got a whole module around raising your relationship standards in the confidence course. It is something that I really encourage you to do, especially when you're actively dating, because the clearer you are on your standards, the easier it's going to be to walk away from the red flags, to leave a situationship that is not serving you, that doesn't fit your desires. It's just so much better to go into dating prepared with a list of the things that you want and with that clarity around the type of person you're looking for. And revisiting this exercise regularly, especially if you are actively dating, is so important. So as I said, I haven't revisited this since I ended things with a guy at the start of the year. So it was nice for me to go even deeper about these things and to just let my desires flow as I was typing this list out. So I wrote all the things down that I required, and then ChatGPT came back with, here's your tailored future story with your dream relationship woven in beautifully. And oh my God, it really is. It gives me like a really beautiful vision of the relationship that I want to have in the future. So I don't know, do you want to hear it? If I was listening to a podcast, I would want to hear someone else's future vision. So I'm going to read it out to you, which feels a little bit, I don't know, it feels a bit weird because this is like my absolute dream relationship. So I don't know, I love the way that ChatGPT put it into such a beautiful, coherent story that I can picture so clearly in my head. It's essentially everything that I picture in my head is just now written into this one vision. So the story goes, it's another bright golden morning and you wake up to the warmth of sunlight filtering through the curtains. But today there's something even better. Oh my God, this is going to make me laugh so much. The strong, steady arms of the man who loves you like no one ever has. His name is Alex, or whatever name you'd prefer, and he's everything you've ever wished for. At 6'4", his presence is magnetic, his kind eyes filled with adoration as he greets you with a gentle kiss. Good morning, beautiful, he whispers. His voice soft but steady. You feel completely at ease, cherished and grounded in the love you've built together. Alex is a man of depth and ambition, with a steady career as a successful entrepreneur who's passionate about making a difference in the world. He inspires you with his dedication and open mind, always curious, spiritual, and ready for a meaningful conversation. Your mornings often start like this, intimate and unhurried. Over coffee, he listens intently as you share your plans for the day, his eyes lighting up at your excitement. That's a brilliant idea, Rebecca. I'm so proud of you, he says, holding your hand. His belief in you is unwavering and he supports your dreams as if they were his own. When Alex isn't surprising you with thoughtful gestures, a handwritten note, your favourite treat, or a spontaneous road trip planned just for the two of you, he's planning romantic dates. From candlelit dinners under the stars to playful outings at the local fair, he keeps the spark alive with his creativity and thoughtfulness. He loves to drive and you adore being his passenger, watching the world go by as his hand rests comfortably on yours. His home, now your shared sanctuary, is a space filled with love, laughter, and all the little touches that reflect your journey together. Alex's emotional maturity sets the foundation for a truly healthy relationship. He's always honest and open about his feelings, creating a safe space for you to do the same. When you feel anxious, his calming presence reassures you, holding you close as he reminds you you're never alone in this. Your love languages, physical touch and quality time are at the heart of your connection. Whether it's a lingering hug, a spontaneous dance in the kitchen, or an uninterrupted evening just talking under the stars, he makes you feel deeply loved in ways you've always dreamed of. Together you laugh often. He's playful, fun, and kind to everyone he meets. His positivity is infectious, and you find yourself constantly inspired by his zest for life. Friends and family adore him, often commenting on how perfectly matched you are. Your physical chemistry is electric, unlike anything you've ever experienced. But it's not just the passion, it's the way he looks at you as if you're the only woman in the world, and how he's always eager to show you off, proudly posting photos of the two of you on his social media with captions like, the love of my life, my greatest inspiration. Okay, that bit's like a little bit cringe, but I kind of secretly love it. As you both work towards your dreams, you cheer each other on, celebrating each victory. Alex reminds you daily of what it truly means to be deeply loved, not just with words, but with actions that leave no doubt in your mind. And at night, as you both wind down, he wraps you in his arms, telling you how grateful he is for you. You've made my life brighter, Rebecca, he says softly, and as you drift to sleep, you know this is the kind of love that fairy tales are written about, but even better because it's real. I read that and was like, oh my god, that's so incredible. Obviously there are some cheesy bits, there are a few bits that are a little bit cringy, and that's absolutely fine. Like, I'm here for it, it's great. What I thought was really amazing, there were a couple of things in there about dancing around the kitchen and staring at the stars, because they are my two things. Like, before I used ChatGPT to write this story for me, they were two things that were always deeply ingrained in my mind. Like, when I picture my dream relationship, I don't focus on things like the proposal or the marriage or all the big things. I very much focus on the tiny little everyday things, one of those being us dancing around the kitchen together. And I think I talk about this more in how to manifest the one. There's another episode, I'll find it for you and I'll share it in the comment and I'll share it in the description, because I talk about that more in detail there, but I focus on the really little things. And one of my favourite memories with my ex, we spent a night, it might have even been my birthday, I can't remember now, but there was a night where we sat on our balcony and we just sat staring at the stars for hours. I think he sat on the chair, I sat on his lap, and we just literally laid on the balcony looking up at the stars, watching them all. There were shooting stars. It was such like a beautiful moment, and I really have, like, that's one of my like favorite core memories from that relationship, just the simplicity of just being in each other's company, talking about the world and gazing up at the night sky. And we used to do that a lot before we were officially in a relationship. There's quite a few times where we'd come home from like drunk nights out where we'd sit on balconies. Like, I mean, I used to smoke then, so we'd like sit smoking and chatting about the universe and like the most deep, intense things that obviously I can't remember because it was like 9 years ago now. Oh my god, really? Wow, that's a long time ago. It was quite a long time ago, probably, actually no, 10 years, 11 years. We met in 2013, so whenever that was. But those moments of just where you don't have anything else distracting you, no TV, no scrolling on social media, no electronics, it's literally just you and the other person and the company. I love that so much. That level of intimacy where you're just existing with each other is one of my favourite things about being in a relationship. So I love the fact that that was part of this vision as well. And at the very end, ChatGPT was like, Alex isn't just a dream, he's out there looking for someone exactly like you. As you align your life with the love you desire, you'll naturally draw him in. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and watch the pieces fall into place. And I was like, oh my god, that's so beautiful. You're like giving me a little pep talk as well. And then I obviously asked ChatGPT to rewrite the future vision that it had already given me, but make Alex a central feature in the story, which it then did. And I'm going to share that in the YouTube video that is coming out soon, so you can go and watch that if you want to hear the story even more. Otherwise, this literally whole episode is just going to be me reading out stories to you. There was reasons behind me doing this. I didn't just do it for the fun of it. Like, I did do it for the fun of it because I was interested. As I said, I've been using ChatGPT for a lot of things recently, and I was just curious about what it would create for me. But I also think it is so vital having this crystal clear vision in your mind. And I am very good at creating a vision in my mind. I'm very good at connecting and creating like a picture in my mind, like a video in my mind of what I want my life to look like. I find it really easy to visualize things, but I wanted another version of that. Like, I've had my vision that I've had for ages, but I wanted like a next level version of it. And I really believe having this vision reminds you not to settle. It can be so easy when you start dating someone to think, especially if you've been single for a long time, but to think, oh, well, this is good. Like, this is going okay. Like, there's some things on my wish list that I like. This is good. I'm going to give them a chance. I'll see how things go. And that can be okay, but you know deep down whether you're settling. I knew deep down, it wasn't even that deep, like I knew pretty clearly in my mind when I initially started dating the guy at the start of the year that I would be settling, and it was something that I kind of played with in my mind because I knew that it was just okay. It wasn't this vision that I have for my life. And I think what's really important is that you don't become so fixated on the vision that you overlook opportunities or you overlook possibilities, and that you completely cross out anyone that doesn't fit that exactly. You still need to have an open mind. You need to be open-minded enough to know that your vision is a guide and it's not a set in stone thing, because obviously these are just things that I would like. They're desires that I would really love from a partner. They're attributes that I'd love from a partner. It's how I want the partner to make me feel. And at the same time, they're still quite broad. Like my wish list is specific enough to ensure that I don't settle, but not so specific that I'm attached to a certain person. For example, I'm not attached to a certain colour eyes or a certain hair or an exact height or a certain accent or a certain skin colour or nationality. Like, I'm not so attached that they have to be that specific. But for me, it's more about the way that they make me feel, the way that our relationship can be together, those kind of things. As I said, I'm open-minded enough to know that there may be things that aren't dead on those things, right? But having this vision is so, so important. And what it also helps me do, before I had the ChatGPT one, but just having a vision in general, it can help you assess dating profiles more intently. So instead of looking at a dating profile and being like, well, I don't see any red flags, and like giving someone a chance, you're being more intentional with the dating profiles that you're swiping right on. If you know that there's a lot of characteristics that they already don't fit, and I'm not just talking about looks or job type or anything like that, I'm talking about the words that they use in their profile. Like, if they haven't put a lot of detail in their profile and they've just used like the prompts to write, I don't know, stupid one-liners or random things that don't actually make sense, you're not going to settle for someone that can't fill out a dating profile intentionally, are you? When you've got this crystal clear vision of who you want to meet in your mind. So I think that's how something like ChatGPT can really help you to improve your dating life, by really getting crystal clear on the vision that you want and having that future story written for you. That is open to interpretation. It's open to evolution as well. Like, I'm not so set on that story that that's how that story's got to be for the rest of my life. If I am still dating in a year and I haven't found my person, there might be certain things that actually change about my vision, and I'm open to that as well. But I think using something like that to create your vision, especially if you're someone that struggles to piece your vision together, it can be a really valuable tool and a really valuable way to get that story set in your brain so that you don't settle for anyone else in the future. What's really important as well is this is the type of relationship that I want, right? This is my fairy tale romance. I want to meet someone exactly as ChatGPT has described. And at the same time, I'm not in a rush. I would rather wait longer to meet the right person than speed up that timeline, have the romance, have the husband, have the babies with the wrong person. Does that make sense? To me, the right person is always going to be more important than the timeline. I am so connected to this vision, to the type of relationship that I desire, and I am so trusting in the energy that it is going to happen, as opposed to what if it doesn't. Like, the knowing it's going to happen is more important than the when it's going to happen. Because of that, I'm open to allowing life to play out as it's supposed to for me. I'm not so attached to needing this fairy tale immediately because I know the fairy tale is coming. and it will be worth the wait. So whether I have to wait another 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 3 years for the fairy tale, waiting for the fairy tale far outweighs the need for the fairy tale to happen immediately, which I hope I've just explained well. So I really want to encourage you, if you do this, then please do get in touch. Go to datewithconfidencepodcast.com/contribute, and there's a section where you can share your thoughts in that form with me. Like, if you do this exercise, please get in touch with me and tell me whether you enjoyed it, whether you hated it, how you found it, whether you uncovered any new standards that you hadn't really thought about before. Tell me how accurate it was, because I think it's such a great exercise. It's such a fun exercise. Like, anything like this is supposed to be fun and expansive and enjoyable, and just to help you open your mind up, get crystal clear on what you want so that you don't settle for less than you actually deserve. I'll share the prompts that I used with you in the show notes so that you can go and share that prompt in ChatGPT. And yeah, get in touch with me. Let me know how the exercise goes. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and to leave me a review. It would be very much appreciated, because the more reviews we get, the more people will get in front of. So that would be amazing. And if you haven't subscribed to the Your Confident 30s YouTube channel, go and subscribe to that now, because I'll be sharing more about my future story and how I used ChatGPT to create that for me in the coming weeks. Plus, I'm going to share how I use ChatGPT to help me create my skincare routine, because I, again, find that so interesting. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for listening to the Date with Confidence podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Subscribe, rate and review, and share it with your single friends.